We gotta talk about this because yeah, we gotta talk about this. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. The Santa Maria, and you all, we are continuing this new year essential inventory that we are doing. As you all recall, I already did my video showcasing every single fragrance that I did get, purchase, gift, what have you in the year of 2022. And now, to keep this whole inventory thing going, we gotta talk about a topic that is not discussed enough in the fragrance community, in particular, being that this is a fragrance video. And that is, what are the least favorite fragrances in your collection? Ask yourself that. Think about it, put it in the comments, and we'll talk about it. But today we are talking about what are my least favorite fragrances. Now, what do I mean by least favorite fragrances? These are the fragrances that it's always easier to talk about. Oh, I love this, most reached for, most adorned, complimented, all that. We normally do those type of videos, but we gotta be honest and talk about the fragrances that, quite frankly, they sit on the shelf, they sit on the dresser, they don't get pulled for, we don't reach for them as often, and subliminally there's a reason for that. And today I'm going to deal with that reason. So if you're interested in understanding which fragrances I don't reach for the most, that are my least favorite, and yes, there are 10, all different brands, this is the video for you. But before we get into that, elves, you know what we must do first. Lipstick of the day, everyone. We keeping it pinky to go with the vibe today. This is MAC You Wouldn't Get It, which is a blue base pink. Very, very nice. It'll be linked below as always. Just like every fragrance mentioned will be linked below. Next up, on a positive note, this is a fragrance that I do reach for. One fragrance of the day is BDK's Gris Charnel, which is a perfect fall winter scent, which it is winter at the time I'm filming this video, and I love it. And it's wonderful when it's cold and rainy outside, which that's what's happening now. So again, BDK's Gris Charnel is one that we are reaching for, and that's why it's our fragrance of the day. All right, so now let's get into the task of talking about the least favorite fragrances in my collection. Let's get into it. The first fragrance we're gonna talk about, this one was highly anticipated when it was released in 2022, and quite frankly, it fell flat. I did a whole dedicated review on this fragrance, and it's from the House of Valentino, and this is the Valentino Coral Fantasy, a part of the whole Donna line. Of course, we all know it's very popular, very famous older sister, which is the Donna Born Aroma. We all know, love that, own that one, we're here for it. So we thought Coral Fantasy was going to give us the same energy, but just with a summery take on it. It has a kiwi note. We were all excited, right? This one is light. It's so light. It's so light to the point that honestly, it wears like a body splash. Gotta be real about that. It doesn't last very long. You have to reapply it after maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. And for me, I'm just not reaching for it. And I might throw this on if it's like, fine, but I have to make myself throw it on. I'm not excited to wear it, so that's why this fragrance makes the list. So starting things off again, Valentino's Coral Fantasy. It just was a huge letdown. The next fragrance we're gonna talk about, this was also a new release. This is from YSL, and this was from their Mon Paris line, which I had never purchased from. This was gifted to me because I was doing influencer at the time. So this was the new Mon Paris Lumiere that came out. It was supposed to be an aquatic take on it. And it's nice, but it's a toilette. It's an older toilette. I do have a dedicated review on the channel if you want to get into notes and that type of thing. But I don't reach for this. I sprayed it on a few times to do like early morning errands, to go run to Target, that type of thing. But am I thinking to myself, oh, I can't wait to put on that Mon Paris YSL Lumiere? I don't wake up feeling that way. I just don't. Does it mean the scent stinks? No. That doesn't mean that. It's just, I'm not excited about it. It's just like, okay. Just to be real, had it not been gifted to me, I wouldn't have purchased a full bottle of this. It's not full bottle worthy. I just know. But I don't hate it. We'll see. I'll revisit it. That's something else too. I'm going to revisit these fragrances before I even think about doing a declutter, because this is not that type of video. But yeah, Mon Paris Lumiere, it didn't do it for me. Next fragrance, you all. This is from the House of Maison Margiela, the replica line that we love and adore. It's in Sephora. We see it all the time. And this is a very popular one, actually. This is Beach Walk. This is Beach Walk. And truth be told, I know why I don't reach for this one as much. And this is the tale of getting something to tie you over, but then you're able to get what you really want within 2 weeks. So I remember I purchased this scent, this is going on 2 years ago, because they had like a gift set on the official Replica website. I'm like, oh, okay, it smells like perfectly beachy, salty skin. I've had samples of it, so no, this was not a blind buy. So I knew what I was getting into. But truthfully, at the time, the scent I really wanted was Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. And then luckily, I was able to go into, at the time, my newly opened cosmetic company store back in my hometown. And then I was like, wait, so now I have 2 beachy scents. And what happened was I like Soleil Blanc more. This is still a good scent, but it's just a matter of I like Soleil Blanc more. It is. This was a tie me over, and look, you can tell I barely wear it because this is another one that I just forget about because I got the scent I really wanted when we talk about summer. So you know what? I know that's kind of mean, but so with Beach Walk, I'm going to wear you some more because I don't hate you. It's just, you just kind of got overstepped. You just got, you know, upseated. You know, it was an upset that happened. So again, Replica's Beach Walk, unfortunately, doesn't get that much love. Next fragrance, this is from the house of Dolce & Gabbana. This one was a hype fragrance. This was hyped on YouTube about 2 years ago. And I remember I was able to smell it. So no, not a blind buy. I was able to smell it in Ulta because Ulta had it. And I was like, okay. And then I went on to Nordstrom Rack's website and they had a real good deal on it. So I purchased mine from there. Y'all know the story. But Dolce & Gabbana is the only one intense. This scent was hyped up as, oh, it's so much better. It's all that. And it is good. It definitely has a more elevated take to be a designer fragrance. It's very nice. It has a green apple note in here. It has some coconut. It's real creamy. I think some cashmere in here. But this is not one that I think I just want to wear. I have to make myself wear it. It's like I have to do mental gymnastics to want to wear this one. You all, I've even placed this bottle towards the front of my collection and it still isn't working. I don't know. I don't know. I still am trying to figure this one out. I don't know. Maybe it's because the scent notes are all over the place to me, so I can't quite place when I want to wear this scent. So this is a struggle for me. So again, Dolce & Gabbana is the only one intense. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let me know. How do y'all wear this scent? What does it do for y'all? Please talk to me if you own it. Next up, this is from the house of Tom Ford and their private blend collection, which we all know and love. I recently did a ranking video of my entire Tom Ford collection. You all know I have a lot of Tom Ford fragrances, seriously, and I'm not done collecting. But this is my least favorite one. I just gotta be honest about it. It's so unique to the point where, again, I just don't know when to wear this. I'm just not checking for it. And this goes to Tom Ford's Champaca Absolute, which if you all recall in my ranking video, this was towards the bottom of the list. So, and there's a good reason for that. It's like a soapy flower. And it's like, I don't know when I want to smell like a soapy flower. And it's true, Champaca is a very unique thing. And I remember that's why I got it. And I don't know. It's like, doesn't want to be floral, doesn't want to be clean. It's a weird mix. It's truly unique, which Tom Ford is known for being unique and coming out the box with stuff. And Champaca Absolute is definitely that. I don't hate it. It's just, I struggle when to wear this. I don't know. Because it's having an identity crisis in this bottle to me. I just don't get it. So again, Tom Ford's Champaca Absolute. All right, y'all, we are halfway done. Okay, I think we're basically done with the designers. And now we're about to roll into, we're about to go into the niche territory. The next half of the list is niche. So let's get into it. Ooh. This one, you want to talk about a hyped up fragrance that I'm almost just about convinced I've wasted my money on. I'm convinced, just about, almost. I'm not ready yet to say that I'm going to give it another shot now that it's cold, because maybe I was wearing it when it was too hot. But the next fragrance I'm talking about, you all, goes to the house of Mancera, and this is Velvet Vanilla. If you all have noticed, this is one of those that pops up most commonly when we talk about in search and think about Mancera fragrances. Velvet Vanilla, of course, Roses Vanille, Instant Crush, those all pop up. Velvet Vanilla does too, and it's because, you all, this is basically bubblegum on steroids. This is bubblegum on steroids, like straight up. So it's not, the name is very misleading, and I think that's what it is. And I will admit this was a blind buy because I did catch a deal on it. But Velvet Vanilla, I don't get any velvet out of this. I don't get any vanilla. I get straight up bubblegum tuberose, but literally hubble bubble bubblegum is what this smells like. And it's very synthetic. It's like that artificial bubblegum smell. And at this point in my life, I'm just not quite sure that's how I want to smell. So I'm just trying to figure out why this fragrance got hyped up. I don't get it. But you know what? That's my fault. You know, I fell for the hype, and here we are with a full bottle of this fragrance that's just, I just don't know when I want to smell like bubblegum, y'all. And by the way, if you are new to Manceras, know this. They last for eternity. They last for 10 hours. So this isn't a case of, oh, it's like a body splash bubblegum that goes away. I could better deal with it. No, this is nuclear. It's real nuclear and it's synthetic and it's hubble bubble. So yeah, I'm not here for this, but I'm going to test it again. I'm going to give it a full run so I can do a real review on it before I completely write it off. But as y'all can see, don't be shocked if it ends up going away. Again, Mancera's Velvet Vanilla. The next fragrance, you all, from one of my absolute favorite houses, and y'all know this, is from the house of Bond Number 9. Gotta do it. And this one, I can't just all the way find myself in love with it. It's very unique. I'm still figuring this one out. So this one goes to My New York from Bond Number 9. Relatively recent of a launch, came out in 2020. And this one is a rose ginger, but it's spicy. This is extremely spicy. Oh, it's like a heavy overdose on spicy. If you're a person that can't handle spicy scents or it turns your stomach, please stay far away from this one. And I normally don't wear spicy scents, so for me, this is a lot. And I'm glad it's winter time now. I think this is when the scent is going to shine, because when I say being in the South and it's normally hot here, I can't wear this if the temperature goes above 50. I can't, because it's too spicy for me. Like, it's going to choke me out. Like, this is one of those scents I can't spray around here because it literally will be cloying and take me out. And I think that's what happened the first time when I wore this. It was extremely hot and it choked me out, and I think I have PTSD. So it makes me nervous to reach for this fragrance, but it doesn't stink. It's just spicy. And I wore it at the wrong time. So now that it's winter, I'm going to revisit this fragrance, give it a little bit more time, because I do still get the nuance of the notes. But again, this is a victim of spraying something in the wrong time of year. So Bond Number 9's My New York. Next up, another one of my favorite houses that I have to put on this list. And it hurts me, but it's just real. I don't reach for this one as much. This is from the house of Nishane, you all. And this is Ambria Calabria. Yes. Ambria Calabria is one of those fragrances from Nishane that people do not talk about, and it's normally forgotten about because people talk more about its more famous sibling, which is Wulong Cha, which I have sampled Wulong Cha and I've talked about it. I like Wulong Cha. I think that one is absolutely full bottle worthy and it's easier to wear. I can say that right now. But back to Ambria Calabria. This is a green vanilla. Very, very green, more so green. This is one of those you truly have to let it dry down, because off of that initial blast, it's challenging. And that's what it is. And I have to be in the mood to be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to endure the greenness to get to that vanilla base that I want. Because one thing about Nishane's fragrances, the dry downs are beautiful and they last forever until you wash them. Very good longevity, so no issue there. It's just that the opening can be a little challenging at times, so I just have to wait. But I like this though. I remember getting it, and this was not a blind buy. I sampled this first and I remember enjoying the sample, used my sample all the way up. So this isn't that type of like frivolous spending type of thing, because I did like it. I still like it. It's just, I had to be honest, it's the opening. So again, Nishane's Ambria Calabria. All right, we're down to the last two. Okay, this one is interesting to put on this list. This is another one that's a victim of getting past the opening, because the dry down is everything. And this is from the house of Frederic Malle, you all. And this was my first purchase from Frederic Malle. And this is the Musk Ravageur. Now, to be fair, this one is heavily unisex. This is truly unisex for sure. The opening is interesting. This is another scent that is a cold weather one. I cannot wear this outside of cold weather. It is too much. It is way too much. But let me tell you, whenever I wear this and I let it dry down and I smell it on my sweater the day after, it smells heavenly. This is beautiful of a dry down. It's just the musk. And I remember when I sampled this, because this was another one I sampled first, so no blind buying. And I was like, when I first smelled it, I said, ooh, no. I threw it away. I've told y'all this story. I threw it away. But then all of a sudden, I smelled something that smelled amazing from my trash. And it was this. So this is another one that is just so complex that it just needs time to dry down. I can't be in a rush when I wear this fragrance. So that's why this is not an easy reach fragrance. I have to really like spray this on, go do my makeup so it has time to dry down. And then I'm in love with it. So it's just, it's complicated. Must Frapageur from Frederick Mall. And then the last fragrance, you all, this one, I'm so conflicted on this, but it's a performance issue, and that's why I don't reach for it, because I love the smell. It just doesn't perform like I would like it to, but then again, it wasn't designed to be a beast mode scent, so that's kind of on me. The last fragrance on this list goes to from MFK. Yes, Mason Francis Kurkdjian, and this is A La Rose. A La Rose, y'all, A La Rose is perfect for when I know I'm not going anywhere, because I'm only going to be able to smell this scent for an hour, maybe 2, and that's it. It's a performance thing. I do have a full dedicated review on this fragrance on the channel, and I talk about why this is a light scent, because it's literally designed to be that way. So that's why I said that's on me for not being knowledgeable about it at the time when I got it. Yeah, this is just extremely soft. And the issue is, it's an MFK fragrance, and we all know MFK is niche, and it also comes with that niche price tag. So that's why, oh, if it was about half the price, I wouldn't be as upset about it, but it's pretty. But again, I can't really reach for this in good faith and know I'm gonna be able to smell it by the time I get to my destination. So that's why I don't reach for it as much. So again, this is MFK's A La Rose to round out the list. So all right, elves, that rounds out my list of fragrances that are my least favorite in my collection. As you can see, all brands were represented, designer as well as niche. Nobody is immune to being talked about or being shaded. That's just how it is. So let me know as well as when you've been doing your own inventories, you've been going through your own collections, because y'all have told me this in the comments as well as in DMs. So what fragrances did you get? It didn't have to be necessarily in 2022, because as you all can see, because some of these fragrances I've had already for years, and it's just like, just gotta be honest, girl, you don't reach for these and they're collecting dust, and there's a reason why. So now y'all have heard my reasons, so tell me the reasons for your fragrances on why you're not reaching for them. As always, if you're digging me, subscribe to the channel. If you're here for the content, hit that thumbs up button, and if you're not here for any of this, that is okay, I understand. But until next time, elves, I will catch y'all on the next video. Bye, y'all.